unfortunately, I can't talk about Star Wars forever, so let's get back into talking about other movies. Spotlight, starring a whole bunch of people. It's got Michael Keaton, Mark Ruffalo, Rachel McAdams, and Liev Schreiber, just to name a few. So yes, Batman and the Hulk are in a movie together, with whoever Rachel McAdams is gonna play in the Doctor Strange movie. Anyway, Spotlight follows the investigative team of the Boston Globe called Spotlight, who uncovered the child abuse scandal going on in the Catholic Church around 2001-2002. While this all takes place in Boston and the priests they discover to be pedophiles are in Boston, this opened up whole investigations throughout the world. So yes, this was a pretty big deal, and now they made a movie about it, and it's a pretty darn good movie. Taking on a subject matter like this is not easy, and you have to be tasteful, but at the same time, it's a real thing that happened, it's an awful thing that happened. You gotta get across how awful it is. And I think that's one thing I liked about the movie. They're explicit enough in the dialogue in saying what some of the victims were subjected to, and it's horrifying and sickening and disgusting, but that's the point. You're supposed to be disgusted. It's kind of a slap in the face. I was like, yes, a thing that happened shouldn't have happened, but it did. They could have gone a lot more into it, but they didn't, which I liked, because then it puts more focus on the victims themselves and the reporters who are trying to just uncover this what turns out to be a huge story and case. The cast in this movie is great. What I like about it is that it feels very much like an ensemble piece. You feel like everyone gives equal contribution. I would say that the one standout might be Mark Ruffalo, but that's just because he plays the more emotional character. He kind of represents the audience, which is seen a lot in his reactions to all the stuff they're discovering. The structure of the movie is also very good. The pacing's good. It's very classic kind of filmmaking. Kind of harkens back to, I would say, All the President's Men, also because it's a journalism movie. Yes, it takes its time. Some of you may call it slow. I like movies that take their time. And yes, I might be more okay with movies that are slow. But this movie didn't stand out to me as, like, ploddingly slow. It took its time, but I was glad it took its time because then you get even more invested in the story and all the bits and pieces in it. And then when it all finally comes out, you're very invested in it. And that is the mark of good filmmaking and good writing and good everything. I don't really have too many negative things to say about it. I would say maybe the one thing is that it kind of gets right into it. There's no real explanation into why the Globe really starts investigating this case. Liev Schreiber's character just kind of comes in and be like, yeah, we need to pay more attention to this. Let's, look into this more. But besides that very small nitpick, I really, really enjoyed this movie. It's one of my favorites of the year. And it's a very good journalism movie too. A movie that can get you interested in a bunch of people sitting kind of in an office just investigating stuff. It's pretty impressive because on paper it may not seem so. So because of all those things, I'm going to give Spotlight a nice and a half. So did you guys see it? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Okay guys, that's it for me. Hope you're having a great day and I will see you soon. Toodles!